Good evening, Anu sir. Good evening, Sameer sir. Oh, this is my dear Onikra here. Good evening, everyone. Very good evening, all of you. Very good evening, everyone. How are you all doing? How are you all doing, everyone? Yes, Anu sir, how are you doing? Ajay sir, good evening, sir. Very good evening, very good evening, everyone. So tell me, how are you all doing? How are you all doing? How's your preparation going on? Am I audible and visible? I'm audible. Great. Great, Sameer sir. Very well. How are you? I'm doing good. I'm doing absolutely good. Great. Okay, Ajay sir. Very good. Great, Ankita. Okay, everyone. Yes. So as I told you that there are many students who are unable to attend the FB live session, and so this live session is taken so that you can cover up those topic which you are unable to take it in the FB. That topic stays YouTube live session. Yes, people, there is no network issue, right? There is no network issue. You can hear me well, you can see me well. There is no network issue. You can see me well. You can see the screen well without any no blurred images, right? Yes, everyone, let me know. Let me know. Screen is visible. I am audible, right? Okay. Then let's start. Then let's start. So today we are going to do a task discussion, okay? Task discussion in the sense many students have asked this question to be done in the Zoom session. So I've done this task in the Zoom session and I'm doing it in the live session also. Okay, so the main motive of doing this task is to talk about sentence organization, how to frame sentences, how to analyze the task, how are we supposed to read it. Okay, so this is the motive of discussing this task. Can you see my first screen? Just let me know so that we can start reading. Can you see my first screen? Can you see my screen? You can see the writing task properly. You can read the writing task properly. Let me know. Yes, people, you can read the writing task. Are you able to read it? Let me know first. Then I'll proceed. People respond in the chat box. Yes, you can. Okay. All right, people. So let's start reading. You can. It's clear. Okay. For me, it is unclear. Don't know why. All right, people. So let's read the writing task. So the writing task goes something like this. Write a referral letter. So this is a referral letter to the gynecology registrar. The reader is a gynecology registrar at the Spirit Hospital. So you are going to write this letter to the gynecology registrar at the Spirit Hospital, South Brisbane, asked to be kept informed of the outcome. Who is going to ask of the outcome? Asked to be kept informed of the outcome. So who is going to ask about the outcome? Who should ask regarding the outcome? Or who is asking about the outcome? Asked to be kept informed of the outcome. Who is going to ask regarding the outcome? We, exactly, it is we, right? It is we who is going to ask the reader about the outcome. Regarding the outcome of what? Regarding the outcome of the patient. Okay, regarding the outcome of the patient. So the writing task is write a referral letter to the gynecology registrar at the Spirit Hospital, South Brisbane, asked to be kept informed of the outcome. Okay, today's date is 16 to 2013, so that's the date of the letter. Date of the letter is 16 to 2013. Name of the patient is Miss Kathy Johns. Miss Kathy Johns is a 25-year-old single woman. She is a receptionist by profession. Family history of deep vein thrombosis. She has a family history of deep vein thrombosis. On POP, on progesterone only pill for contraception, and no previous pregnancies. Okay, so what all data have they given about Kathy Johns? That Kathy Johns is a 25-year-old single woman. She is a receptionist by profession. She has family history of deep vein thrombosis. She is on POP for contraception, and she has no history of previous pregnancies. Let's read further. On 15 to 2013, that means you're talking about yesterday. Okay, on 15 to 2013, that means you're talking about yesterday. So what happened yesterday? So now you have come across two terms, subjective, objective. So anybody who knows the difference between subjective and objective, please volunteer. What is the difference between subjective and objective? What is the difference between subjective and objective? What kind of data is subjective? What kind of data is objective? Yes, people, waiting for your answers. What is subjective? What is objective, everyone? Exactly. The points which are verbalized by the patient herself or himself is called as subjective, and our observation on those subjective point is called as objective. Okay, the points which are verbalized or stated by the patient herself or himself is called as subjective, and our observation on those subjective point is called as objective, right? So what has the patient verbalized? The patient verbalized about that the patient presented to GP surgery at 7 p.m. after work. So the patient complains, that is Kathy Johns complains of lower abdominal pain since the evening before, which was worse in the right iliac fossa. She is unsure of her last menstrual period and has had irregular bleeding since starting. POP 2 months ago. So see, while we were reading the basic background of the patient, there we read that she is on POP. But now here it is written POP 2 months ago. That means she is not on POP anymore. Right? When you say POP 2 months ago, that means she is not on POP anymore. So she was on POP 2 months ago. No bladder or bowel symptoms. On observation, she had mild right iliac fossa tenderness, no rebound or guarding. She was apraxial. Her pulse was noted as 88. Her blood pressure was noted as 110/70. On vaginal examination, she had quite tenderness in the right fornix. Assessment, non-specific abdominal pain. Plan, ask her to return in morning for blood test and reassessment. Who asked the patient to return in morning for blood test and reassessment? The gynecology registrar or we? Who asked the patient to come for blood test and reassessment? The gynecology registrar or we asked the patient to come for blood test and reassessment the next day? Who? We asked, right? The patient presented to us with the complaints of lower abdominal pain since the evening before, and it was worse in the right iliac fossa. She is not sure about her last menstrual period, right? She has had irregular bleeding since starting. All these points the patient verbalized to us. Exactly. So all these points are the points which is straight away verbalized by the patient. So on our observation, we observed that she had mild right iliac fossa tenderness, no rebound or guarding. She was apraxial. Her vitals were noted like this. On vaginal examination, she had quite tenderness in the right fornix. In assessment, there is no specific abdominal pain. Plan, we asked her to return in the morning for blood test and reassessment. So this happened when? Yesterday. So when are we asking her to come for blood test and reassessment? Today, because today's date is 16 to 2013. So what happened today? So when she presented today, that is on 16 to 2013, subjective points are the points which are verbalized by the patient herself or himself. So what does the patient verbalize? The patient verbalized that the pain has worsened overnight. And now the patient has severe constant pain. She has some slight vaginal bleeding overnight also. She felt faint while waiting in reception. So when you say she felt faint while waiting in reception, did she faint? Did she faint? When you say she felt faint while waiting in reception, did she faint? Did she faint? No, she felt faint, right? She has not fainted down. She did not fall down. She felt faint, right? She felt faint, that she felt that she might get faint, but she did not faint down, okay? Yes, so she felt faint while waiting in reception. On questioning, she has left shoulder tip pain also. So on observation, she has tenderness in the right iliac fossa with guarding and rebound tenderness. She was apraxial. Her pulse was noted as 96, blood pressure 110/70. On vaginal examination, she has cervical excitation and markedly tender in the right fornix. Her pregnancy test result is positive and urine dipstick is clear. So assessment, suspected to have ectopic pregnancy. Who suspected? We suspected. Okay, who suspected her to have ectopic pregnancy? We suspected her to have ectopic pregnancy. So you ring the on-duty gynecology registrar and ask for urgent assessment. So who calls? We call the gynecology registrar and we ask for urgent assessment and are instructed to send her to the A&E department with a referral letter. So when you call the gynecology registrar and when you tell this information and when you ask for urgent assessment, that means you are asking the reader to provide urgent assessment and are instructed to send her to the A&E department with a referral letter. Can you tell me who is instructed and who is this her here? Send her. Send her le her ara. Who is her here? This is my first question. Second is, and are instructed. Who is instructed? These are my two questions. Please answer. Who is instructed and who is her here? Send her le her arana. Who is her here? Very good, Wrinkle. Her is patient, right? Her is patient. And who is instructed? We are instructed. Very good, everyone. Okay? Right. So her is patient and instruction has been given to us. So when we call the gynecology registrar and asking for urgent assessment, the gynecology registrar instructs you. That means we are instructed to send her, to send whom? To send Miss Kathy Johns with a referral letter. So this is a referral letter and you are writing this letter because the patient requires urgent assessment and management, isn't it, people? That means this is a case note on urgent basis. Yes or no? Yes or no, everyone? This is a letter on urgent basis. Have you understood, everyone? Have you understood that this is an urgent assessment management letter? Yes, this is a case note where the patient requires urgent assessment and management. So tell me, people. So when you come across a case note where the patient requires urgent assessment and management, from where are you supposed to start your organization? From which visit are you supposed to start your organization? Yes, it is urgent. So from where are you supposed to start your organization? From which visit are you supposed to start your organization? Should I start my organization from 15th or should I start my organization from 16th? From where am I supposed to start? Today. Today says Ikra. Today says Wrinkle. Hello, Ruth. Hello. Ruth, yes, you have got this topic, okay? Ruth, when you asked me several times, I felt. This is the same topic I took last FB live session, Ruth. I think you were there in the class. So if it is repetition for you, then I would recommend you not to waste your time, okay? But if you find it helpful, certainly do attend, Ruth, okay? Yes, 16th. Okay. People, so tell me one thing. What you're saying is absolutely right. Whenever you talk about an urgent assessment and management case note, you are supposed to start your organization from the visit where the need of urgency has been raised. Need of urgency has been raised today, not yesterday, right? Need of urgency has been raised today, but not yesterday. But today is absolutely connected with yesterday, right? Is there any gap between today and yesterday? Is there any gap between today and yesterday? I mean, same complaints. In fact, the worsened complaints of yesterday she has. So what I mean is, would it be wrong if we started from yesterday? My question is, would it be wrong if we start from yesterday? My question is, would it be wrong if we start from yesterday? No. So would it be wrong if we start from today? No. Both the ways are correct, people. Okay, so here if you ask me, ma'am, but as per the rule, you should start from today. See, I'm saying there is no harm in starting from today, but people, today is the worsened condition of yesterday. That means even if you start from yesterday, your letter is not going to be judged in a wrong way. And even if you start from today, the letter is not going to be judged in a wrong way. Both the way organizations are correct, dear people. Have you understood? Is it clear, everyone? See, this is the vital part of this case note. This is the pivotal part of this case note, that you can organize this letter in both the ways. Having said that, if you ask me, okay, ma'am, so this is the way we should organize in every kind of letter. Depends. It depends. For example, in many of the case note, when we do urgent case and management, it is not mandatory that today would be the worsened condition of yesterday. If yes, you can. Sometimes there are lot many visits. Okay, from the beginning you have 6 to 7 visits, and maybe today is the worsened condition of all these visits. There I would certainly recommend you to start from today's visit, because then if you start from the beginning, then there's no difference between urgent assessment and normal letter. Do you get my point, people? So it depends. Here we have only 2 visits, and 2 visits are absolutely connected. Yesterday her itself we have asked her to come for the blood test and reassessment as per yesterday's condition. So today she has come with the worsened condition. See, people, this much I am elaborating and dragging for you to understand, and kindly do not compare this case note with another case note. Every case note is different. Every case note is unique. Every patient is unique. Requirement is unique. Organization is unique. Got my point, everyone? Yes, so here both the ways are right, and I am starting from yesterday's visit. Okay. All right, people. Yes. Talking about date, address, salutation, and RE, we know that we are already provided today's date, right? We are already provided today's date. So certainly 16 to 2013 should be the date of the letter, right? 16 to 2013 should be the date of the letter. After which you would leave a line. After leaving a line, you will write the address as. Were you provided the name of the registrar? No. So you are bound to add article the in front of the designation. See, whenever your task does not provide you the name of the reader, okay, whenever your task does not provide you the name of the reader, only designation is given, then you are bound to add article the in front of the designation, specifically when you do not know the name of the reader. Here you do not know the name of the reader, so you will add article the in front of designation. Suppose the name was given, then you will add the name as the first line of your address, and second line would have been simply gynecology registrar. Here, because no name is provided, only designation is provided, so you need to add article the. So first line, the gynecology registrar. Second line, Spirit Hospital. Third line, South Brisbane. Leave a line, dear sir / madam, comma. Many students have asked me last week in the Zoom session, this comma is mandatory. People, this comma is not mandatory, okay? Putting comma after the salutation is not mandatory, but what mandatory is, if you put comma here, you need to put comma while signing off. Okay, see, this comma is not mandatory. Dear sir / madam, comma, this comma is not mandatory, but if you put comma here, putting comma while signing off becomes mandatory. If you do not put comma here, you do not have to put comma while signing off. Okay? So, dear sir / madam, comma, leave a line, RE, full colon, Miss Kathy Johns, comma, aged 25. This way is also correct. RE, full colon, Miss Kathy Johns, comma, aged 25 years. This is also correct. RE, full colon, Miss Kathy Johns, comma, 25 years old. This is also correct. And if DOB was provided out, when you compare DOB and age, it is always preferred to write DOB than age. Okay. If DOB and age both are provided in the writing task, always prefer DOB, not the age. If DOB is not given, then you have no other option other than writing age. People clear? Date, address, salutation and RE is clear to everyone? Ma'am, please explain use of miss before patient name. It is given in the writing task. No, Ikra, that's the reason of adding MISS. They have addressed the patient as MISS. Until which age you do not add title? Up till which age you do not add title for the patient? Everyone, come on, comment in the chat box. Hello, hello, hi. Yes. Until which age we do not? Yeah, until 16, right? Up till the age of 16, we are not supposed to put any title to the patient. Here, the patient is 25 years old. Not only that, the task has already provided title to the patient. Just copy paste. Done? Clear? Clear, everyone? So let's see how we do the introduction part. Okay. So look at the introduction. Ma'am, spelling in the writing task I gave you MISs, right? See, wrinkle, everyone. About the title, you do not have to worry. You have to copy paste as such from the task. In the task, if it is capital M, small s Kathy Johns, you will write capital M, small s Kathy Johns. In the case note, if it is MISS, Miss Kathy Johns, then you will copy paste as such. Title, age, name of the patient, name of the reader, facility, address need not to be assumed. You have to copy paste everyone. Clear? Clear, everyone? So look at the introduction. I am dash to dash Miss Kathy Johns dash require or requires owing to, or this letter is dash dash dash. So what are the two types of introduction that you can fill this up? Come on, tell me. What are the two types of introduction that you can fill this up? Come on, tell me, people in the chat box. Respond, everyone. Respond, respond. I'm writing to refer Miss Kathy Johns, who requires, right? You will add S with require because you have to apply subject verb agreement. What is subject verb agreement? When subject is singular, verb is singular, we add S to the verb. When subject is plural, verb is plural, we do not add S to the verb, right? Yes. So I am writing to refer Miss Kathy Johns, who requires urgent assessment and management owing to suspected pregnancy. Right? You cannot write owing to ectopic pregnancy. You cannot write owing to ectopic pregnancy because this is not a confirmed diagnosis. It's a suspected diagnosis. Okay. So what are the four ways of writing the introduction? First is I am writing to refer Miss Kathy Johns, who requires urgent assessment and management owing to suspected ectopic pregnancy. Second way is this letter is being written to refer Miss Kathy Johns, who requires urgent assessment and management owing to suspected ectopic pregnancy. Third way is I'm writing to refer Miss Kathy Johns, who requires urgent assessment and management, full stop. She is suspected to have ectopic pregnancy. Fourth way is this letter is being written to refer Miss Kathy Johns, who requires urgent assessment and management, full stop. She is suspected to have ectopic pregnancy. Yes, everyone. All the four introductions are clear to each one of you. All the four introductions are clear to each one of you. Let me know. All the four introductions are clear to each one of you. Okay. All right. Wonderful, wonderful. It helped you all. Happy to know. Okay, so let's read our first body paragraph. Miss Johns presented or was presented. People, the patient presents herself. Admission is done by somebody else. Coming to the facility is done by the patient herself or himself. Then you will say, ma'am, what if the patient comes along with mother or any other family members? In that case, can't we say? Then you use that particular word. Then you can say, suppose here Miss Johns came along with the mother. We can say Miss Johns came along with her mother, or Miss Johns was accompanied by her mother, or Miss Johns' mother brought Miss Johns, right? If the person is accompanied by somebody else. But if the patient's, here in this task, it's about the patient presented. But if the task talks about admission date, that means the admission is done by somebody else. A patient cannot admit herself or himself. It has to be done by somebody else. So if it was admission date, I would have written Miss Johns was presented. Sorry, Miss Johns was admitted yesterday. Miss Johns was admitted yesterday. Because presentation, the patient visited the facility herself, presented to the facility herself. We will simply write in active voice and not in passive voice. This is for those people who still write was presented. People, do not write was presented. Do not write was presented. Is it clear, everyone? Is it clear to each one of you? We can. As I told you, Prabha, ma'am, we can start with today. In fact, it would be the right decision to start with today. But as I told you, this case net talks about only two visits. That is yesterday's visit and today's visit. And today's is absolutely connected with yesterday. And so there is no harm in starting from yesterday. Unlike other case note where you have a lot many visits and today's is the worsened condition of all those visits, there it would be the right decision to start from today's instead of starting from the first visit. Here also both the ways are right. You start with today and then talk about this paragraph in the second one. It's absolutely right. Because today and yesterday are absolutely connected. That's the reason of starting from yesterday. Of course, if it was admission, I would say was admitted. Was admitted. Right, Ikra? Got my point? Yes, chalo, let's read it together. So let's read it together. So Miss Johns presented yesterday with the complaints of, okay, COMPLAINTS. It should be a noun. And all the students who are still confused about COMPLAINTS and COMPLAIN, please go to YouTube and type B-Ghud Oet complaints versus complaint. I've done a video on complaints versus complaint. Watch it. Okay, all the students who have confusion about when to use noun and when to use verb. People, COMPLAINT is a noun. COMPLAIN is a verb. Verb comes soon after the subject. Okay, so do watch that video. Do watch that video. Okay, so Miss Johns presented yesterday with the complaints of COMPLAINTS. Okay, with the complaints of lower abdominal pain, which was worse. You're talking about yesterday, which was worse in the right iliac fossa. Although you're talking about yesterday, she is unsure of her last menstrual period because just by talking about today, she will not become sure, right? Just because she said yesterday, it will not be that she was unsure. It's a fact about her that she is not sure of her last menstrual period. It's a fact about her. So irrespective of the time, okay, just because she said it yesterday, you cannot say she was unsure. It would be considered wrong. Just because she said it yesterday, you cannot say she was unsure because it's a fact about her that she is not sure about it. Do you understand me? So I'll repeat it from the beginning. Miss Johns presented yesterday with the complaints, COMPLAINTS, with the complaints of lower abdominal pain, which was worse in the right iliac fossa. She is, simple present tense, she is unsure of her last menstrual period and has had irregular bleeding since starting. Why have I used has had, people? Come on, tell me the application of has had. Is it correct over here? Why have I used has had over here? Why have I used has had over here? Come on, tell me. Why have I used has had over here? Come on, tell me. Yeah, exactly. Because exactly, point of time. From that time until now. Very good. Present perfect tense. Exactly. From that time until now. Right? From that time until now. Okay. Yes. So she has had irregular bleeding since starting. 2 months ago. POP 2 months ago. No, she is not on POP anymore. So she was on POP 2 months ago. On observation, comma, she had. Okay. On observation, comma, she had. She had mild right iliac fossa tenderness and quiet tenderness in the right fornix. She was assessed to have simple past passive voice because assessment is done by somebody else, and that too yesterday. So she was assessed to have non-specific abdominal pain and was asked to return today. Okay, remove that comma, okay, in front of and. It is not required. Okay, it is not required. She was assessed to have non-specific abdominal pain and was asked to return today for blood test and reassessment. Is the first body paragraph clear to everyone? Is the first? Right. Exactly, right answer, Suma, right answer, Ikra. Have you understood the application of all the grammatical ingredients that we have used it in the first body paragraph? Are you all able to justify it all? Everybody understood? Clear? Okay. Right, first body paragraph is crystal clear to everyone. Second body paragraph. Let's move on to second body paragraph. So you can see my second body paragraph. So there are two ways you can start this body paragraph as. One is, today Miss Jones has a severe constant pain which has worsened overnight. Okay, either you can start as today in the Aaj Miss Jones has severe constant pain which has worsened overnight. Either you can start like this or you can start it as, today, comma, Miss Jones revisited. People, revisited is not hyphenated, okay? So today, comma, Miss Jones revisited with worsened pain, which is constant in nature because she still has that pain. Okay, so see, that is how we have altered in two different ways. Okay, so one is, today Miss Jones has severe constant pain which has worsened overnight. Or you say, today, comma, Miss Jones revisited with worsened pain which is constant in nature. Not only this, when you have to add something extra on top of what you said, when you want to add on to something what you have already stated, what is the connector that you use? Either you can use in addition or you can use additionally. Okay, either you can use in addition or you can use additionally. So here it's up to you. You can use either of these two ways. So in addition, comma, she has slight vaginal bleeding overnight also. She felt faint. She did not faint. Okay, वो गिरी नहीं है. She felt faint. She felt, F-E-L-T, without any auxiliary verb. You will never say she had felt, she has felt. No, she felt faint. Simple past tense. Okay, she felt faint while waiting in reception. On questioning, she had left shoulder tip pain. On assessment, she had tenderness in the right iliac fossa with guarding and rebound tenderness in the right fornix, specifically in the right fornix. Her pregnancy test result is positive. It's a fact about her. You cannot say her pregnancy test result was positive. No, it's a fact about her. Her pregnancy test result is positive. However, her urine dipstick is clear. See, that's the reason she is suspected with the condition. So you need to use a contradictory connector, or you can use in two ways. Okay, first way is this: her pregnancy test result is positive, semicolon, however, comma, her urine dipstick is clear. Either say like this, or you say her pregnancy test result is positive and her urine dipstick is clear, semicolon, therefore, comma, she is suspected with the condition. Can't we say like that? Have you understood the two ways that I told you? Either you say her pregnancy test result is positive, semicolon, however, comma, her urine dipstick is clear. So it's a contradictory condition and that is why she is suspected with the condition, right? Another way is, her pregnancy test result is positive and her urine dipstick is clear, semicolon, therefore, comma, she is suspected with the condition. Have you understood, people? See, what am I trying to teach you? I'm teaching you alternatives. See, this is what my motive of taking this session. Learning alternatives. Is it clear, everyone? Yes, people, clear to each one of you. Let me know. Are you there, people listening to me? Okay, yes. Okay. Now talking about the recommendation paragraph. Since we do not have anything much to tell the reader in detail, right? So there are various starters through which you can start your recommendation paragraph as. One is, in view of the above, comma, it would be appreciated if you could provide immediate evaluation. People do the needful strike through. Okay, we do not use do the needful, sorry, we do not use do the needful anymore. Okay, we do not use do the needful anymore, so strike through do the needful. So in view of the above, comma, it would be appreciated if you could provide immediate evaluation for Miss Jones. Given the above, comma, it would be appreciated if you could provide immediate assessment for Miss Jones. It would be appreciated if you could provide immediate evaluation for Miss Jones. Please write like this. Do the needful is no more not acceptable. It is recommended not to use do the needful anymore. Okay. It is recommended not to use do the needful anymore. So kindly try not to use it. Okay. It is better to avoid the application of do the needful in your letter writing. After which you would leave a line. After leaving a line, you will write the conclusion. If you have any queries, comma, please do not hesitate to contact me, or please contact me for further queries. Full stop. Leave a line. Yours faithfully. When do we write yours faithfully? When do we write yours sincerely? We write yours sincerely when the name of the reader is mentioned in the task. I repeat, when do you write yours sincerely? When the name of the reader is mentioned in the task. If the name of the reader is not mentioned in the task, then you write faithfully. Like in this task, the name of the gynecology registrar is not mentioned. So what will you write? You will write yours faithfully. See people, sincerely, faithfully has nothing to do with your designation. Sincerely and faithfully has absolutely to do with the reader. Okay, reader is the one which decides sincerely and faithfully. So if the name of the reader is given sincerely, if the name of the reader is not given, yours faithfully. Leaving the line has to deal with us. Okay, if the name of the registered nurse is not given, then you will leave a line. Okay, if the name of the registered nurse is not given, then you will leave a line and then you will write registered nurse R and N capital. But if the name of the registered nurse is provided by the writing task, then you will write the name instead of leaving the line. Soon after signing off, you will write the name, you will not leave any line, and exactly beneath it, you will write the designation. Now, writing anything extra after the designation is not considered mandatory. Writing till designation is mandatory. You write any extra word, any extra sentences after designation, it is not considered mandatory, which means you can write, you can skip. Got my point, people? And there we finish up this letter. Hope it is clear to everyone. Everybody understood task, explanation, organization, alternative ways of drafting the sentences, how to read the task, how to approach this kind of letter. Have you understood, everyone? Thank you, Suma. Thank you. Thank you. Hope you understood it well. Yeah, Ikra, where are you, by the way? Your course validity got expired, it seems. It's well clear. Happy to know. Happy to know, Suma. Apply it wisely in your letter writing and ensure that you're improving, right? Yes. Yes, everyone. Task is clear to everyone. Oh, your course validity got expired. No problem, Ikra. Even if the course validity is expired, we are connected here. But make sure that you are in touch with all the 4 modules. You're practicing it well. Okay, right? Take the exam date only once you're confident enough in all the modules. Exam coming Saturday. Coming Saturday is your exam, Suma. Oh, wish you all the very best, Suma. Okay, of course, Suma, of course, right? Do well, do well. The only thing that I have to tell to the exam takers who are going to approach this week exam is my every time mantra. Nobody is going to pressurize you other than you, right? So don't pressurize yourself. Nobody is going to make you feel nervous. Okay, nobody is going to agitate you other than you. So it is you who has to calm yourself. Okay, so calm yourself. The writing task or other modules are not going to write, they are not going to put you under pressure. Please read the writing task in a very calm way. Please understand that your hard work needs to be paid off, right? Go and give your best. Do not expect from the question paper, do not expect from the day to be good, do not expect anything that day. Just go and give your best. That's it. Okay? Certainly, Suma, certainly, Ikra, certainly. Last time I got B score in 3 modules, including writing. Wonderful, Suma. That means you're already on track. Okay, which means you're already on track. Go give your exam. Enjoy the exam, everybody. Okay, enjoy the exam and come. All right, people. Only listening was the problem. So I hope you have given your best this time for listening, Suma. Right? I hope all this time you have utilized well for your listening part this time. All right, people. So if you come across those students who have already qualified the exam, they will always say that to have a calm mind in the exam hall is actually the key towards the day to go well. If you have a calm mind, right, that is it. So please ensure, and nobody can do that for you people other than you, right? Nobody can soothe you other than you. So please keep these words in your mind. It is just an exam, right? The interlocutor, they're just normal human beings like you. Nobody is going to put pressure for you, right? Nobody is going to put you under pressure. You do not keep yourself under pressure. That is it. Oh, that's so nice of you to say that, Suma. I'm so happy you acknowledged it. Happy to know that, Suma. Do well, enjoy the exam and come, dear. Okay? Enjoy the exam and come. Everybody, Ikra, Suma, all the students who are going to approach this week, do well. All right, people. Thank you. That's what exactly, Ikra. Exactly. Mark that mantra. You will do well. Okay, right, people. So that is all for today. Catch you at 9 p.m. for the Zoom session. Catch you next Friday in FB at 7 p.m. with the next live session. All right, Suma. All right, Ikra. All right, everyone. All of you. All of you. We'll catch up at 9 p.m. for the Zoom session. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye. Good night. Thank you. All the best. All of you, all those who are going to appear for the exam. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.